Hey guys, what's up? Host again from Fishyaker, following up with a video that I did the other day with the Okuma Avenger ABF combo. Here's a similar one, even more affordable. This one's the Okuma Tundra TBF. It's their Baitfeeder Tundra, and you're looking at a combo here. It's a 7-foot rod with a Baitfeeder reel, and you can pick these up for 50 bucks typically. I actually just found one for, I think, $37.99. So guys, if you're looking for a versatile bait feeder combo, take a look at these. You can find them online anywhere from about 40 bucks on up for this model here, about 70. You can find them a little bit more expensive than that depending on the size you're going for. But the one I have here is a 2-piece, as you can see here, 7-foot rod. It's a fiberglass rod with an Okuma Tundra TUF 50 size reel on it with the bait feeder function on the back. You can take a look at the last video we put up. We talk a lot more about the bait feeder functions from Okuma. This combo, like I said, I just found it online for $37 and some change. You can pick these up, you know, for little or nothing. But if you're looking for a big, you know, heavier action shore fishing combo or a shorter surf fishing rod, again, they're 7 foot, definitely take a look at this. So the rod itself, like I mentioned, this is a 7-foot version. It's got a fairly fast tip on it. Again, I mentioned it's fiberglass. It's got really durable guides on it with ceramic inserts, dual-footed. It's got a really nice blue wrap on each of the guides. As you can see there, it's 2 pieces, so you can easily transport this in any size vehicle. 7 foot, this is great for catfish, for carp, you name it, shore fishing. You just want to schlep a lure or something out a good distance. This is great. So 7-foot rod, here it is, a couple closer looks at it. It's got the Okuma and the Tundra logos on it right there. The specs on it, TBF 70250, so it's a 7-foot length, that's 210 centimeters, and it runs with a 6 to 15 pound line on it, and it easily uses lures and presentations of 1/4 to 3/4 ounce. It's got the specs here on the card, as I pretty much just mentioned on it. It's got a rubberized little butt tip on it, EVA grip. It's solid. The lower section, not much to it. It's a good sturdy lower section. Pretty fast action on the upper section of the rod. Again, it's fiberglass, but for fiberglass for this price point, it's actually a nice rod. Really nice. You can see it's got the steel hooded reel seat on it. The threaded section is the lower area. We'll go ahead and take that down here. So looking at the reel, I'll set the rod down. It's a really cool looking reel. Basically, it's kind of a 3-tone. We'll go through some of the things I'm looking at when I'm looking at combos. Keep in mind, you're looking at the combo, it's really only cost you about 40 bucks. If you're looking for something that's really inexpensive, you're not too worried about, you can, you know, toss around in the sand, get salt water in it, you name it, slimed up. It's a great option for you. Comes pre-spooled if you pick these up offline. Taking a look at it, looking at the frame. How solid is it? That's extremely, extremely stiff. So you're going to go to really positive contact and feedback with the reel seat. So the frame of the reel is really durable. Taking a look on down and around. The spool of it is a graphite spool. It's a single ball bearing. Again, it's a TUF 50 reel. It does have a line keeper tab on it. Pretty basic, but it does have the bait feeder function, which we'll mention. How responsive is the drag. It's got a cool looking white drag control. It's not real jerky and catchy on it. Let's loosen it up and see how it feels and sounds. nice drag on it, especially when you're looking at this price point. The actual bail itself, it's got a nice stiff metal bail wire like that. It's responsive. Actually feels pretty good. Again, I don't recommend actually engaging your bail with the crank arm, but actually it works pretty smoothly. When you do that, guys, if you're not familiar with it, it's a great way to get your line all looped up and get knots in it. But actually this one works really well. It's not a stiff engagement. There you go. But again, graphite spool on it. It's got a nice blue and white two-tone. I like that. It's a nice look to it. It's got the Okuma logo down here. Taking a look further down, one of the things I really look for is a metal crank arm. That's solid, so if you're fighting a large fish, he's pulling a lot of drag on you, that's stiff, you're not going to get any flex and play in there. That's actually really nice. Of course, it's ambidextrous. You can take it off, put it right or left. It has a hard plastic molded grip on it, but it's got pretty tight tolerances on that. To be honest, it's not bad. Feels good. It's textured. And then the important part is there in the back. So you got your main drag up top here. You got your secondary or your bait feeder drag to the rear. So obviously if you're using this like a standard reel, standard spinning reel, you're going to utilize as you're reeling and fighting a fish, your forward, your standard drag here. But if you cast out your line and you want to actually be able to, have the fish pull some secondary drag on you, simply activate your bait feeder function here. Your line can be pulled off without utilizing your standard drag, and you can tighten and loosen your drag, your secondary bait feeder drag back here. So now as a fish fights, and well, it doesn't even fight, but pulls line off, it can pull it off without utilizing the standard drag, and then you can either engage it this way or crank and it'll fall back down and engage your standard drag. So again, when you have your bait feeder activated, you can utilize a lot lighter drag on it using the rear drag control. And once you engage it, now you're back to your tighter drag. So loose drag, fish can actually pull line off. You can tighten down and put a stronger drag on it. So here, I can barely pull drag off it when I don't have the bait feeder function going. It's a really tight drag. Turn on your bait feeder function. And there you go. So, bait feeder on, bait feeder off. And again, you can activate it with your fingers, or simply engage it just like you would engaging a bail if you were to do it on your crank arm. So that's really cool. So these are typically a much more high dollar style of spinning reel if you're interested in something like this. If you're using a cut bait, live bait, eeling for stripers, that type of thing, catfish, carp, you name it. It's a great option for you. It's a size 50, so it's not a big monster size reel. Comes well matched with that 7-foot rod. But again, you get that bait feeder function, or like other companies may call it, a bait runner. Heck, not many places you're going to find that feature on this size reel for that price point, for under 50 bucks. So if you're looking for an affordable option for more compact 2-piece surf rod, or for catfishing and carp, shore fishing, that type of thing, this is great. This is a really good option for you. And it's not going to, destroy your bank account if you drop it overboard or ruin it or lose it or, get it totally eaten up in sand and salt. So, cool rod and reel combo. But again, it's the Baitfeeder TBF Tundra from Okuma. And again, they got it in several different sizes, but this is a 7-foot rod with a size 50 reel. And it's a cool looking, clean, multi-tone reel. Matches really well. So there you go. If you're looking for something like that, take a look at Okuma. You know, I always, promote Okuma. Great products, and their price points, you really can't beat them, guys. And for the features that they have on rods and reels like these, and a clean look, you can't beat it. Alright guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Fishyaker YouTube channel. Give us that thumbs up. Share the video on all your social media outlets, and we'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.